Hello friends, just in case you haven't watched any of my videos this week, please do ignore the crazy location. I am taking on an outside opportunity this week. But let's face it, did I pick the worst 7 days to do this? Yes, I did. In the last 24 hours, WWE did have their WrestleMania 40 press conference, and I'm just gonna try and go through it as best as we can. Because Roman Reigns came out, not true, Seth Rollins came out, I was like, wait, I want Cody Rhodes, which is when Roman Reigns came out and said, listen man, I'm the tribal chief, so I'm gonna pick The Rock as my WrestleMania opponent. So out came The Rock. He was booed, but he was also cheered, but it was the most negative response he has got in a while, although actually I would call it a positive because this version of The Rock is way much better in pro wrestling. He showed off the Bloodline family tree to explain why this match would be the biggest in WrestleMania history, when they basically hugged or they embraced or they were way friendlier than I ever thought they would be, which is when Cody arrived to no music. He said all of this was BS and that he's made his decision and now he has taken on Roman Reigns. My hand went up right away and I was like, wait a minute, Cody, you made your decision 2 weeks ago and you said not at WrestleMania. The flub is happening. And the real juicy stuff is that after this, he did insult the Bloodline after Roman Reigns had insulted the Rhodes family. When The Rock got involved, he said, you can't say that about me because I tie into that. And he slapped Cody Rhodes. Now this is when I absolutely lost my mind because we did get a big old brawl. And when the Bloodline was leaving the building, who was actually at the front of the pack? It was The Rock. And who yelled at Triple H, you better fix it, you better fix it, while dropping a bunch of F-bombs? That's right, none other than Dwayne Johnson. And look, WWE doesn't really lean into swearing that much. So if you wanted to pretend this was super duper real, well, you absolutely could. Now, a lot of this I have said on my What Culture video too, so I implore you to check it out there because I do go in a kind of different direction. I just want to say, I think all of this is so much fun and it's so damn entertaining. I get that it is 2 + 2 = potato stuff. It doesn't make any sense, but sometimes I don't care. Wrestling is just wrestling. It's there, so it can make me feel giddy in my tootsie toes. When I was watching this, I was laughing like a child, like proper tee stuff. So no world did I ever think we were going to go in this direction. And now, surely we are set up for a tag match because when we did get this big old brawl, after the slap, Seth Rollins was yelling at The Rock, oh, you may be a board member, but you can't do this. Roman was pissed off. And if we do Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins taking on The Rock and Roman Reigns, nobody predicted that. I saw all the speculation. I saw all the fantasy booking. Nobody had that down. And it brings up another question. Do we do that at Australia, at the Elimination Chamber? Do we do it at WrestleMania 40 main event night 1? What do we do after that? There's other rumors that the whole Roman versus Rock thing is going to be a 3-match program. If Cody and The Rock don't make up, we have to do that one-on-one match. I just can't make heads or tails of it. Like I say, where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Now, I personally would do this at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view premium live event because that way I think you leave the main event night 1 slot open. Although there is a counterpoint to that, which is The Rock has made it very clear he is wrestling at WrestleMania 40. Now, maybe we've changed our mind with that too, because I do think a lot of this is WWE found themselves backed into a corner and they did have to come out fighting. But at the same time, I don't think Rock is going to go into a proper training camp, which he has talked about, just to do the Elimination Chamber. He's going to be featured at WrestleMania 40 in some point. So either A, we do the tag team match and there's a big old hoopla, or we do it and The Rock and Roman Reigns lose. After The Rock turns on Roman, he then helps Cody at WrestleMania Night 2 where he fends off the Bloodline. Cody finally wins that championship. Then we get to SummerSlam and we can do The Rock versus Roman Reigns part 1. Then we get to WrestleMania 41 where we can do part 2, and that way Roman can win one and The Rock can win one. And their first match was a tag team match, which actually doesn't count. Now, look, given that a lot of people are all like, oh my gosh, The Rock's last match, he's never going to wrestle again. Then all of a sudden you're getting like not only 3 actual matches, but probably a bunch of segments and a bunch of promos where at least for a few of them, he is going to be bad guy Rock. I'll just be honest with you, I have no problem with this at all. Because as soon as he did cut that heel promo on the Pat McAfee show, which you absolutely should watch, and you should watch the press conference too, it just felt like such a better fit. Like, I don't mind him coming back and being the guy that he has been for the last couple of times when it's just a one-off. But if we're going to get nitty-gritty into a program, this is way more interesting. Now, again, I don't actually think WWE ever did have this written down, but whatever, right now, I think it's working in the right way. Let's also not forget that Cody had the amazing line where he was like, oh man, you guys both talk about being the head of the table, but for the last 2 years, you don't even know who's been cooking. I butchered that. It was way, way better. It's not like now he's being thrown into the corner. The only person that is Seth Rollins and that World Heavyweight Championship. So either Roman Reigns or The Rock at one point have to start saying, I want that belt too, or words to that effect, because at that moment it does feel like a number 2 title, and that is not fair on Seth Rollins. That guy's been pure fire, and he was pure fire at the press conference, and it works better with him in it. Just gotta light up that trinket a little bit. But that's left me totally perplexed about what we are going to do next, and that's my favorite thing when it comes to WWE, especially because the one thing that I am sure of is that Cody is finally going to win that championship, and of course, that's what most people want. Now, after all the Twitter, X social media stuff, with this Las Vegas crowd, there was We Want Cody chants, there was Cody sucks chants, there was Rocky chants, and there was Rocky sucks chants. So we have absolutely drawn a divide. That is the coolest thing about wrestling. I want to have this fan war, but not those idiots that take it too far. Don't make it personal. Don't go and send death threats or anything like that. And if you do it, you should probably just go away and sort out your life. It's not a real problem. It's pro wrestling. Even if Roman Reigns defeats Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania Night 2, which would be one of the worst decisions that WWE has ever done, get mad in a fun way, but then just move on to something else. Although I'm going to double down on it, which is going to make me an idiot, because I did this last year. I was almost proven wrong. I do think that is a given. I think at the end of WrestleMania 40 on the Sunday night, Cody will finally have that championship, and we can put all that to bed. And Damian Priest will probably cash in, because WWE can't help themselves. You do have to wonder, though, what the hell is going to happen with Seth Rollins now at WrestleMania. Because, of course, if you do that tag match, which, again, I really do think is going to happen in Australia, all of a sudden the World Heavyweight title is not being defended, unless we're going to do it on a random match on night 2, and that doesn't do it any favors either. But then there's Damian Priest, there's Sami Zayn, there's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre should have been involved in this, because he's been on fire too. And look, all of this has got so out of control, we're forgetting about Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, who are at this press conference, and we're forgetting about Io Sky and Bayley. When it comes to that last one, that's super duper unfair. Because now, when it comes to long-term stories, they are the only one that actually makes any sense. And Bayley especially deserves that title win, and she deserves her WrestleMania moment. So if you want to get on your big old trumpet and start saying, oh, that should be the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, I totally agree with you. Because what did Triple H say last year when it came to that tag team match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on the Usos? They are going to finish the first day because the story makes sense and the story deserves it. But the whole damage control thing has been going on for at least 6 months, maybe a year. If you want to do that, I don't mind. And it's the same with Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I saw some people naysaying that match after they went head to head. Are you kidding me? Not only do I want to see that, I want Rhea Ripley to win. That's right, again, we've got 2 nights of WrestleMania, and we know we're going to have Cody being like, well, I've done it. If you want to surprise everyone, have Becky lose, do it. And then get to Backlash or SummerSlam, and then do the switch. That's just going to tell everyone, oh my gosh, this Rhea Ripley is a massive star. And the reason I think that is a big deal is the one thing I do believe is that The Rock cares about metrics, he cares about numbers, and he cares about them increasing. And he has achieved that. Everyone is going nuts. All my casual fans are messaging me going, oh my gosh, old school Rock heel. I want to see this. So if all of a sudden you do get this influx of individuals and they see Rhea retain her title, I think that is going to do the world of good for her stardom. I mean, she's already a massive star, but we are only at the beginning of it. So it's absolutely baffling, it's absolutely confusing, and if you had asked me January 1st if this is where we were going to be in mid-February, I would have told you you were crazy. Imagine I told you in November that in a couple of months' time, The Rock is going to slap Cody Rhodes and then leave with Roman Reigns. If you went on Reddit and you sorted by new and you saw that post, it would get downvoted to hell. As it turns out, person would have been a genius. Like I say, though, I do think all of this is so much fun. I love seeing people melt down on the internet because I am Dr. Robotnik and I get a kick out of chaos, which is also the name of my brand new EP. But I ain't predicting nothing anymore. What it has done is it's got me pumped for WrestleMania, so that's a massive tick. I can't wait for SmackDown because we need more information, especially when it comes to the story, so that's a massive tick. And it's the same with Monday Night Raw. And at one point, that Elimination Chamber show was a bit like, I don't know what we're going to do here because there were so many injuries. Now, are you kidding me? Plug it in. Before I do leave you as well, we have to talk about CM Punk, who was doing the hosting work. And at one point, he was on a loud microphone coming over the PA going, man, if I was Cody Rhodes, I'd punch The Rock right in the face. In the background, Dwayne Johnson was reacting to this. And I honestly think all of it was planned. And if not, he's a way better actor than I ever gave him credit for. But there are so many little pieces you can take out of this now, genuinely filled me with glee. Sounds terrible out of context, but now I've said it, move on. Also, for the people that care, we will be back for normal on the next video as I do head home. Thank you for bearing with me during this week. So in the meantime, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Go into those comments and give me your thoughts. And again, I would be very tiptoey with this because you're probably going to get it wrong. There's a bunch of stuff you can interact with when it comes to the description, but otherwise, please do come follow me on social media. I always appreciate it. Now, I do have to go and sleep because this conference happened at like 1 a.m. in the morning over here, and I'm doing a bunch of other stuff that I'll talk about soon, but I'm just going to say this. I think it's been a terrific week for pro wrestling. I think the AEW show was amazing, and every single thing we're doing with Cody Rhodes, The Rock, and Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, it has me so damn invested. Once again, that's the point. Continue to fill me up. Shouldn't have said it again. Goodbye.